watching The Sports Spin, presented by UNT Basin Healthcare. Health and healing, every person, every time.
Welcome to The Sports Spin, your weekly dose of sports action presented by UNT Basin Healthcare. Mark Mason, and with us today, our guest host for the evening is Dennis Mott. And the reason you're here, Dennis, is because I beat John on the Calls of the Week last week, and he was too afraid to come in.
Is that so? I'm here by default.
You're here by default, but we're glad to have you. An old seasoned veteran, been with VTV since the beginning.
Since the beginning, yep.
All right. Well, what do we got on today's show?
Today on the Sports Spin, we talk boys and girls basketball. We bring Mark Winterton in on the spin cycle, and it's time for another epic edition of the spin-off. But first, it's time for the Week Rewind.
Week Rewind. Well, this is Week Rewind. That was your first go with that, wasn't it?
Gianni's Christmas, yeah.
You did that well.
Big changes.
I'm going to talk to your wife and see if you can get an extra dessert for dinner tonight because of that.
Whatever.
All right, so we're here on the Week Rewind, and we've got two games to talk about. First one, UNT traveled to South Summit, and UNT went off. I mean,
John Parker went off.
Yeah.
John Parker had an unbelievable game. He finally came out of it. It's you've always had Parker and Gardner that kind of back and forth, but John had a game.
Yeah, I think he had something like 39 points, and he blew up in the second half. It was a blowout, and the Utes were on the road, and they're rolling. That makes their season winning record for the season 3-2 right now.
3-2, and like I said, you got Gardner there and Parker there. Both of them shooting about 45% from the 3-point line. And when those two are rolling, the team rolls.
Yeah.
Those are the two guys. Those are the pistons that keep them going.
And streaky shooters, when they're on, nobody beats them.
That's right.
And
That's
sometimes
exactly
when they're off, well, you know what the result
when
there
they're
is.
off, they still keep shooting.
Yeah. Let's go across the basin over. Duchesne went to Union High School, the girls, to play, girls basketball game. Result of that game was, Union won. And Union, they've got a strong tradition of women's basketball.
Girls basketball, they do. Yeah, they do. And like you say, they're as you look at that 3A and you look at their region, they're always right there at the top. It's amazing when teams get on the top. They stay on the top for so long. I mean, it takes so much to kick them off the top. And just like we were talking earlier about Duchesne, their wrestling team. I mean, they're on top. Wasatch in our region, they're on top, and it's hard to climb up and get on top when you have these teams that just kind of dominate.
They do, and 1A traveling to 3A. We kind of knew what the result was, and it was one of the calls of the week. One of the reasons that John Nerden's not here with us today. But that's it. Kind of a slow week in sports across the UNT Basin. So why don't we go right into the L&L Motor Monster Replays. And the good news is no more readers for you.
No more readers.
All right. So
first and last.
First and last, and you handled it like a champ. But here we're on the L&L Monster Replay, and our champion was Gage Roberts from Union High School. And this is a play where quarterback just puts one up in the air, and Gage goes up and gets it. And better right here's the block.
Yeah.
You're going to see it. Burchell lays out a kid. That one right there, I think he scores anyway.
He scores.
But when you decleat a guy like that.
Well, and those players look for that. When they see they're going to score a touchdown, they got a shot to take a really good block. That's a highlight for them.
Oh, yeah. That's something they'll remember. So Gage Roberts and Gage, you're going to go up against two UNT players. So, hey, if you're from Union High School, get out and vote for your guy. UNT, a couple of basketball plays. First one we're going to call warm up the bus, and I think you'll understand why when we see it right here.
Well, there's a typical example of what we've been talking about. John Parker goes up there and makes an unbelievable dunk. And, for his size, look at that. His head's almost at the rim, and, boy, that just erupts the bench and everybody in the crowd. Everybody loves to see a slam dunk.
Yeah, everyone loves it, and that was a blowout game at home, and so they warmed up the bus after that one. Same game, and we're going to go Dorian Walters, and they call this breaking ankles. You'll see what happens here. He just puts a guy in the spin cycle.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
One step, two steps, and that guy, and if they weren't trying to kill the clock right there, I think he could have just destroyed that kid's soul.
Yeah, perfect when you say breaking ankles. I mean, that was a perfect play.
All right, so L&L Monster Replays, you make sure to follow us on Twitter at The Sports Spin to vote for your favorite L&L Monster Replay. We're going to be right back.
Do you surf the net every time you shop? Well, forget the hard drive and make the short drive down to L&L. We have the best selection in the basin. At L&L, we're making the car buying experience all that it can be because we're not here just to sell you a car. We're here to build a long, happy relationship. L&L Motor, people you know, people who care.
We're back on the Sports Spin presented by Uinta Basin Healthcare. Now it's time for the spin cycle. And on the spin cycle, we have the tastefully named Mark Winterton with us.
Tastefully.
That's a great first name. You can admit that.
Yeah.
Okay, man of many words too. We're bringing Mark in because you're Uinta Cougar Sports. I mean, you're the voice. People listen to you, right?
Well, I don't know if they listen, but
Well, someone's listening. I mean, you covered football,
yeah,
basketball, women's basketball, wrestling.
we did wrestling for the first time last week.
How did that turn out?
It was good. It was Altamont Union, and I mean, as far as I know, it did good. But I don't know. I got to ask my listeners, and they haven't said anything.
No, you know you did a good job when no one complains.
Oh, is that how it is?
Yeah.
Well, you know, one other thing. So you do the Union sports.
Mm-hmm.
I was just looking before we came here, and it looks like Union's 1-6, the men's.
1-6. Boys basketball,
boys
1-6.
basketball.
Mhm.
Having a little struggle, or what seems to be the problem?
You know, they played. Well, first off, I guess you should look back at last year's team. Last year's team, 12 seniors, and so only one guy that's on the team this year that actually played real varsity ball. I think that might be the big struggle. So
Young team.
maybe still trying to find themselves. They seem like they matched up well as far as height and everything against Wasatch last week, but still took a loss there, and of course had a win last week against North St. Pete.
You seem to be a man with many hats, because we were talking before we came on the air that you officiate.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And that you're going to go and officiate here in a couple hours?
Yeah.
So you're going to whip out of here and go officiate, and then you're going to run over here and do a game and back and forth. And so
Yep.
no wonder you don't have any hair. I mean, you just keep moving so fast, you can't grow hair.
The different hats going on and off. It
I
just rubs them right
guess,
off.
I guess.
Well, speaking of hats, what do you have here? You
So-
brought a hat on the set, so.
So this is a athlete of the week that we present on my radio station, obviously 92.5.
Okay.
And so athlete of the week this past week goes to McCoy Richards.
McCoy Richards.
McCoy Richards, he's a wrestler for Union. In the Desert Hills tournament, he went 10-0. Got a win against Altamont. And of course, Altamont coming with a great team. He wrestled Danny Thompson. Danny Thompson from Altamont, returning state champion. I think he was a runner-up the year before. And so McCoy got the win there. And
Let's
then
see
also,
if this fits here.
Yeah,
Hold on
go
for a
ahead.
minute.
Well, wait a minute.
I got a big head, so McCoy.
138.
No, it's just going to go right on the top of the crown right there. So when I win this, you're going to have to get a bigger size. So
Bring a bucket.
yeah,
over
right.
here.
You might just be a bucket.
You're going
That's
to
what
get
it
the
is,
athlete
right?
of the week
So,
there, M&M, Mark Mason.
Mark Mason, okay. Well, and you know, when you're wrestling against Altamont, now they've brought in a world-class coach. And so to compete well against Altamont in wrestling, that's kind of a good litmus test, I would say.
Yeah. But the thing is, Altamont's always going to be tough.
Yeah.
Whether they're low in wrestling numbers or whether they've got a ton of kids in the room, it doesn't matter. They're going to always be tough. This year, it's Duchesne. Duchesne's the team to beat in 1A.
Yeah.
Just because they took state last year, they took state the year before, so they're still the team to beat. But Altamont's there, and they could get them.
Duchesne's pretty tough. I mean, in football, you're talking football, wrestling. They seem to always have some type of a dynasty in whatever sport you may think of. But Altamont, I didn't know Altamont had that good of a wrestling team, but it sounds like they're tough.
They took second in state last year, and they're going to be right on Duchesne's heels this year. So,
Well,
speaking of wrestling, though, you got to talk about Uinta.
Uinta.
You do.
Well,
Is that good
you
or bad?
Bring it up. I mean, you're the one who brought it up. Am I in the hot seat now?
No.
No, okay.
No, UNA's got a great wrestling team. They beat Maple Mountain to start their region. So far as team duels, they haven't lost in their region. Trying to remember. I could be wrong. But they've got Wasatch.
And the Tournament of Champions is coming up, January 6th and 7th? And so there you're going to be able to showcase the UNA Basin. You catch it on VTV6. You'll be there, calling it on the air. VTV will be there. And I want to thank Mark Winterton. Thanks, Mark, for joining us here on the Spin Cycle.
Thanks, Mark.
We'll be right back after this break.
I'm Amanda Hartman. I'm the new Director of Nursing here at the Villa. Here at the Villa, it's far more than a nurse-patient relationship. You truly are like a family. We have a community here, we have neighborhoods within our community, and we create lasting relationships that mirror that of our own families.
We're kind of just one big family because we're their sole providers, and we spend a lot of time with each and every resident. Even our rehab patients are here for months at a time, so we really create a family-like environment with them also.
Well, it's that time again. Let's get right to the spin-off. Well, here's how this works, Dennis, and I know this is your first time on the show, but we're going to pick a topic, and then we're going to we battle usually bald head to bald head, but you have hair.
No,
so
I do.
So just bald head to head, and then you watching on the show get to pick the winner on Twitter. Our topic on this edition of the spinoff is Jim or Fredette, because we got a BYU guy here. I'm a BYU tie. What do we got right here on the desk?
Well, just go ahead and push that.
Okay, we got the sports song. Oh, let's get rid of that. That's going to hurt somebody's ear. Okay, don't break that.
Okay,
that's a precious thing.
All right.
Jim or Fredette, overrated or picked too early in the draft by the wrong team? Now, you want to go first, or you want me to start?
Why don't you go first?
All right, I'm just going to go with this. He was overrated. The BYU went to independence, and so instead of playing in conference where you have natural rivalries and all these things, he's just feasting on these teams out on the Pacific Coast that aren't that great, and his coach gave him a green light. That guy was shooting from inside. As soon as he went inside a half court, he had a green light to shoot, and there was a whole team built around the screens and whatnot to give him shots, and he was undersized, not fast enough, and all he had was a good shot. And just overrated. Overrated. College Player of the Year, we'll give him that, but he couldn't even get to the Sweet 16 in the NCAA tournament. So.
Well, I'll tell you what's overrated is your opinion on Jim or Fredette. I mean, the guy, like you said, the guy can shoot the lights out.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. If anybody watched any of his games, I mean, the guy was unbelievable. He just made unbelievable shots, and he gave white guys hope everywhere. Well, yeah. That's part of his overrated. Yeah, he did. Yeah. And like I said, and then he gets Player of the Year, and then he gets drafted, and then all of a sudden he rides the bench. And the question is why, and I think everybody knows the fact that Jimmer is an unbelievable shot. He can play offense like nobody else, but he cannot play defense. And when you get into the NBA, you've got to have both of those qualities to be able to play night in and night out. And obviously, Jimmer didn't have that. They gave him several opportunities. He just, once again, he could score, but he just couldn't defend. And he's traveled from team to team to team. And finally, I think he realized that if he's going to make a name for himself somewhere in some type of a situation, he's got to go overseas, which he did. And I was checking on it just last night again, and he's back to scoring 40-some-odd points a game. But again, it's overseas, it's not the NBA. Can he come back to the NBA after doing this little stint? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Is he too old? Absolutely not. But has he just too far gone? Has his defense finally caught up with him? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so.
So you agree with me?
Well, I'm not agreeing. I'm just kind of looking your way and shaking my head.
Shaking your head.
Yeah.
So But did he get drafted to the wrong team is the question.
So you're saying that I did agree with you or didn't?
That sounds like you agreed with me.
Why would I agree with you?
You want to argue with me.
But did you do it, though?
I don't know.
See,
here's what's wrong with Jimmer Fredette. I'll tell you.
Okay.
He went to BYU. If he'd gone to Utah, the last point guard the Utes sent to the NBA is still playing. They call him the professor. That's Andre Miller. That guy's had an 18-year career.
I'm telling you, if I think what really hurt Jimmer when he got into the NBA, honestly, is the fact of where he played.
Yeah.
And his religion. I mean, whether you want to believe that or not, I think that took a big factor in it. But so are you agreeing with me or disagreeing?
I'm going to say he's overrated.
So what? So is that where we're going to go? We both say he's overrated, or we're supposed to vote?
I don't know. Somebody's supposed to vote.
So where are you going?
I'm going he's overrated. You're saying he got drafted the wrong place.
That's what I said?
Yeah. I don't know. Which one did you say?
I thought I said he was overrated.
Oh.
Vote.
Which one? Which opinion did you like best? Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at The Sports Spin. And if you're as confused as I am, well, that's okay. Still, just vote for the one that's prettier.
Vote for the tie.
Yeah, that's me.
Vote for the tie.
Here. Go Utes. All right, follow us on Twitter at The Sports Spin and on VTV6 on Facebook. Vote for who you think won this spin-off. We'll be right back after a short break.
I'm Amanda Hartman. I'm the new Director of Nursing here at the Villa. Here at the Villa, it's far more than a nurse-patient relationship. You truly are like a family. We have a community here, we have neighborhoods within our community, and we create lasting relationships that mirror that of our own families.
We're kind of just one big family because we're their sole providers, and we spend a lot of time with each and every resident. Even our rehab patients are here for months at a time, so we really create a family-like environment with them also.
Welcome back. It's time for the calls of the week. All right, Dennis. Calls of the week. This is how it works. We're going to pick a topic. We're going to try to see who gets it right.
Okay.
And this is just right or wrong, and one of us has got to win. So
we don't vote on this.
Nobody votes for this one.
Okay.
Even though I look better than you, and I probably get more votes just based on that.
But you're saying he was overdrafted. He was drafted too. It doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter. We're still confused.
Okay,
let's start right off with Uinta at Union. So the Utes travel to the Cougars, boys basketball. What do you got?
No brainer.
No brainer.
You got a 3-5, or you got a 3-2 and a 1-6. I say it's Uinta by 15.
Oh, you're going 15, and I got a pony in this race. I got a boy playing on the team.
Yeah, you do.
So I mean, if I don't pick Uinta, maybe I'm not even able to go in the front door at home. So I'm going to go over. I'll go 16 or higher. So you got 15 or lower. I'll go 16 or higher. We'll see what happens.
What do I win if it does?
Well, maybe I'll pick up the tab for dinner for the first time in our life.
Let's keep playing this.
Okay, let's go. Okay, you want to double down here on this? Broncos make the playoffs. They're 8-6. They're tied for the last wild card spot right now.
No, they don't make it.
They don't make it?
No, they don't make it.
Why not?
Because they got to play Kansas City, they got to play Oakland, and they got to get some help from somebody else. So I say no.
There's the old Elway magic. He put Scotch tape on the knees of Peyton Manning last year, and that ball, it was fluttering to get to the receivers, and somehow they won the Super Bowl.
Listen, I watched that game, and you did too. And after the game was over with, in the locker room, defense and the offensive line went at it for the second time this year. I mean, they went at it. I don't think they got the glue that they need. I'm saying no.
So the Elway magic runs out. You're saying no?
I'm
saying they make that one, so I'm going against you on that one straight up.
So if I win, that's $2 million?
I'll buy drinks too. I'll buy you a Diet Coke.
Well, that was hardly even worth doing it.
Okay, dessert? Should we put dessert on the table here?
No, let's do a pheasant hunt.
Pheasant hunt. Here we go. Okay. So this one's going to be Uinta at Union girls basketball.
I got to go with Union. I know. I know. They don't know where I live because I've moved.
Off records.
No,
there's no emotion in it.
I know. I'm thinking, like I said, they've got a tradition with their basketball team, and it's going to be Union.
Okay, and Union has had a struggle, so I'm going to pick Union as well. And since you set the bar last time, I'm going to say the Cougars win by 7. You want to go over or under that?
I'm going to go over.
Okay, so you're over 7. I'm under 7. We'll see what happens.
Is this a pheasant hunt?
Dinner, drinks.
I don't want drinks.
Caffeine in it or not?
Drinks is too simple.
Dinner, dessert, and a pheasant hunt, apparently. Okay.
All right.
That's how we do it here on the Calls of the Week with guest hosts. We'll be right back after this.
I love this game.
Do you surf the net every time you shop? Well, forget the hard drive and make the short drive down to L&L. We have the best selection in the basin. At L&L, we're making the car buying experience all that it can be because we're not here just to sell you a car. We're here to build a long, happy relationship. L&L Motor, people you know, people who care.
Welcome back to the Sports Spin. It's time for the Fast Dash.
You know, you read that so well. This Devin Hill from UNA High School, and you're a goalkeeper, right?
Yep, I play goalkeeper.
I think you have to be a little bit nutty to play goalkeeper. I think you have to have a few screws loose.
Well, he's the guy that when I come to the games, you're the guy that never stops talking and screaming and yelling. Is that right?
Yep, that's me.
Oh my gosh, who would have known? I mean, this guy's a chatterbox.
And he has no friends on the team because he yells at them.
Pretty much. They all hate me.
All right. Well, you're off for the winter break, but we're going to put you through the ringer right here on the Fast Dash. We're going to mix it up. It's called Pop Quiz Time. Who loves pop quizzes?
Oh, I adore them.
Yes. And you look like a professor with those glasses.
Yes, I do.
I mean, so, maybe, do you want to start? We'll just alternate questions and see how good Devin's sports knowledge is here on Pop Quiz.
All right, Deb, you ready for this?
Yep.
No looking at the answers.
Don't look at the answers.
All right, no cheating.
Watch my hands. I'll kind of give you.
Yeah.
How many points did Michael Jordan score in the flu game?
The flu game.
The flu game.
Do you know what the flu game is?
Yeah, it's when he was super sick.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see. 35?
Oh, that was so close! Oh, man, okay.
So close. That was really close. 38.
38. That
Okay.
was pretty good.
Yes.
Okay, who's the only NFL team that's been undefeated in the history of the NFL?
The
Undefeated.
history of the NFL.
Yeah.
The old
Let's see.
Florida keyboard down there.
It's in the ocean. It's a mammal.
Let's see.
Why don't you go for Miami?
Florida, Miami Dolphins.
Miami!
Oh, yeah! Do you know what year?
He nailed that. Year?
Sometime before
I'm about
this year.
somewhere.
I'm the 72?
72.
72, we got it. All right,
There we
all
go.
right.
This kid-
All right, back to you,
This
Professor
kid has
Mott.
got this thing. Okay, listen to
Okay.
this. This is the best one. Most hits in a career.
Most hits
We're
in a
talking
career.
baseball.
Yeah.
Played second base. He played for the Reds. They kicked him out of the sport.
No one to put a bet or two down.
No.
No, he denied that. It's not true.
Pete Rolls.
Pete Rose is
Okay,
right.
all right. There he goes. He got it.
I was trying to think through my mind.
I know.
I had it right on the tip of my
We're
tongue.
putting pressure on you.
Longest basketball winning streak, history of basketball.
This one, 32, I believe, right?
No, I'll give you multiple choice on
Okay.
this one. Chicago Bulls, LA Lakers, Utah Jazz. You got one picked yet? Or the
LA Lakers.
Globetrotters?
It's the Lakers, isn't it?
No, it was the Globetrotters.
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 Well, you
how
missed
many?
one. So
Yeah, okay. All right, you got it. Okay.
Sounds good.
Where are we at now?
Who holds the home run record?
Baseball.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Let's see. I know his name.
BB. Barry Bonds.
Yeah. Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds is got.
Okay.
I was
Here's
like,
one.
I
This
know
one's
this one.
from your era.
'Kay.
How many NBA players have dated a Kardashian? Come on, there's a
More
website
than we want to
that
admit,
follows
I think.
this. Yeah,
More than
okay,
we
give
want
me
to
a number. 6.
6?
Yeah, 6. He got it.
There we go.
I'm telling you, this kid
Wow.
is-
Can you give me names? Yeah, no, in our production meeting, we took a half an hour to figure this out.
I was going to say, I'm not 100%
Give
sure.
me one name. If you get one of the 6 right, you're going out of here champion.
Place with a beard.
Yeah.
Beard and everything. Kind of hard.
James Harden.
James Harden. Okay, all right,
This
Harden.
guy is going to be Phi Beta Kappa.
There we go.
You know,
Right here.
anytime you can do
Devin
this
Hill,
quiz, dude,
he knows his sports.
you strut yourself
yeah.
at school. When you
Right.
start, you strut. I get a little strut to yourself, and everybody
Right,
goes,
sounds
you
good.
Thanks for joining us on the Sports Spin, presented by UNA Basin Healthcare. Health and healing, every person, every time, even people that have dated a Kardashian. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and we will
Do this now.
see you next week. Oh, yeah.
There we go.